What's good, folks? It's Amon-Rellik, the God Slayer. Amon-Rellik Gaming. We're back in more. You know what it is, Final Fantasy 14. We are about to go ahead and talk to Runar. We just got back from, I believe, we just got back from getting that jewel for them so they could have their ceremony. Let's see what we're going to be doing. We might be able to attend it. As a sigh of relief. Words fail to express my gratitude for the kindness you have done for the blessed. I must insist you and your friends attend Todia's service as honored guests. There is still much we must do to prepare, but please go and inform the others it will be held in the darker. It's due, run by due. When you arrive, there should be an attendant present to explain the proceedings, okay? Amon and I learned so much about the Knight's Blessed while you were away. And we helped them cover a lost heirloom in the woods. I know I wasn't supposed to leave, but they really needed our help. There were sin eaters and as long as he accompanied you. But do try to be more careful. Your injuries could have been a lot worse. How did you... Let's just say a little bird told me. And it's telling me now that Amon has business with us. Something the matter? Dankert, what you doing over there snitching, man? They've asked us to attend the service. Of course we'll go. It's being held in the darker, isn't it? We'll take care not to be late, I promise. Okay. Good. I don't want no lateness coming out of y'all. Okay, where are we going? Where are we going? This way? This way. Where's the darker? Okay, the darker's over there. We gonna go to the darker, more blacker, and more darker, and more blacker, and more darker. The elderly woman hands you a candle, then she points over at a nearby corner where you might place it.
It seemed only right that we show our faces. May we join you?
Let us begin. I thank you all for coming to pay respects to our fallen daughter of the night. In the light, she was known as Todia, but in the dark, we shall remember her always as Menine. Let us each take a moment to offer her our prayers. We entrust her now to the night's sweet embrace. In darkness will she be free from pain and suffering, now and forevermore. May her soul find peace in the sunless sea of heaven, and in the love we bear for her in our hearts.
That vessel represents the night sky, the sunless sea of heaven.
We call upon you now, O bringer of shadow, to lead this gentle soul onto the sea. We call upon you, O warrior of darkness, to deliver her unto paradise everlasting.
I am told you assisted in the preparations for the service. On behalf of the Blessed, you have my sincerest thanks. The enduring legend of the Warrior of Darkness owes much to the traditions of these people. And none were more ardent in their faith than Todia. She would have been greatly moved by your presence.
I should like to have met her.
You might not deliver her to the heavens, but if you could deliver the night sky to her people, the real night sky, it would be the next best thing. Their prayers would finally be answered. They could gaze up at the firmament and see their ancestors in every twinkle of the stars. We cannot allow their hopes and dreams to drown in the light. We have to bring back the dark. If we don't, who will? Forgive me, thinking of all those we have lost.
No, it's all right. We will bring back the dark.
Mayhaps sooner than later, in fact. Urianger and I have finished deciphering the tablet, and its contents were most illuminating. Let us reconvene in my chambers. We have much to discuss.
Okay, so we had a funeral service for the fallen. Let us now head over to Siege Tola, or Master Matoya. Good you're here. Thanks to the Exarch's gift, our next course of action is now clear. Tola seems quite pleased with herself, but whether she has good or bad news to share remains to be seen. Let me begin by first explaining the origins of this tablet. I initially believed it might detail the history of the Church of the First Light. Much to my surprise, it dates back to the end of the Ronkin Empire and was likely written under the direction of the reigning ruler. It was a time of strife and unceasing war with neighboring nations. With each passing day, they yielded more and more territory to their enemies. In their desperation, petitions for aid were sent out to their allies. This was one such petition. And you think this ancient petition will somehow help us get into Zemaya? Indeed we do. For etched on this tablet is a method by which one may prove themselves an ally of the Ronkin Empire. Provided they are able to decipher said instructions, we may entreat the ruin's protectors to grant us safe passage. The problem, however, is I lack the resources to decipher them in their entirety. But we have one recourse. There exists a stone monument inscribed with ancient Ronkin text and translations into a more modern dialect which came into use after the fall of the Empire. I'm confident it will suit our purposes. Where can we find this monument? Here in Satia, quite close to Slitherbow, in fact. The good news ends there, however, for it is in the possession of a rather radical faction of dark worshippers, the children of the everlasting dark. If I am to study the monument, I must infiltrate their encampment. I have no intention of taking longer than absolutely necessary, but I will nonetheless require time to transcribe the text I need. To ensure that I will have enough, I am afraid I must ask you and Thancred to assist me. And before you even ask, the answer is no. We're to remain unseen, our group must be as small as possible. Alright, I'll stay here until you return. It won't be long, and if anything should happen, keep her safe. Then let us convene outside, to the west of Slitherbow, where the path diverges. All right. Stirring up trouble. We're gonna stir up some trouble. Okay, yeah. We're going the right way right here. Good on you. The encampment we seek is to the north, but it would be foolish to simply rush in. A guard has been posted, a cleric to keep watch over the children. Perhaps he has aught to share of their recent activity. We must tread carefully. There's a chance we may encounter them along the way. Stay close and stay alert. I would avoid a confrontation if possible. They rejoice in dealing death to others, claiming that in doing so they cleanse their victims of sin and usher them into the sunless sea. I would rather not sully my hands defending myself against such madmen. Okay. Well, they singing, boy. La hee, la hee. She's singing. I'm running a little bit to like get a lay of the land, you know. Enjoy some of this landscape, like this river. Beautiful river. And that Aether current, which I definitely need to get my hands on. Oh no. There we go. Forest flamingo. By the blessed dog. Thank goodness you are unharmed. We would have arrived sooner, but we too had a rather unwelcome visit from the children. You are an acquaintance of Master Matoya then. My apologies. Children have been acting strange as of late, so I thought to take a closer look. I was careless. Strange? What have you seen? At first, they seemed to be nothing out of the ordinary. The usual gathering of ingredients for poisons from flora and fauna. But then I took notice of their venomous spiders. They've been breeding them in much greater numbers. It's as if they're preparing for something. Any ideas as to what? It could be anything, really. If it meant the end of the blessed, nothing would be too cruel or violent for them. But perhaps we can use their present preoccupation with spiders to our advantage. If we were to introduce a threat to the nest where they keep them, the children will be compelled to save them. Bees, for example, are a natural predator of spiders. Set them loose on the nest, and we would have an opportunity to sneak into their encampment. But a mischievous plan. I like it. With a bit of smoke, we could be able to subdue a few colonies long enough to secure their hives. Have you anything we might be able to use? We should have some smoke bombs at the outpost just over there. Then it's settled. Grab a few smoke bombs from the outpost and search about for beehives. I imagine the bees won't take too kindly to your visit, but once they're knocked out, take the beehives and bring them here. 2 will suffice, I should think. La. Okay. Lahi. 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 All right, we're gonna get some more bees. Like I say, you still want to rumble? The rumble. Lahi. 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 Deal with this one. The guard returned to Citherbow, but not before offering his thanks. As for the bees, Thinker and I were successful in acquiring what we need. How did you fare? This is more than enough. The children are certain to be displeased. Let us hurry before the bees begin to stir. He's told us ready to move. The children's settlement is to the west, a place they call Woven Oath. According to the guard, there is an airway apart from the entrance, which leads to the spider's nest. Fates are kind, the way will be clear. Good on you. The red chalice. Ah. Look, there's the airway. Do you see it? A bit far, perhaps, but we should be able to toss the bag through. Though we should probably loosen the ropes, keeping it closed. Enough that it falls open when it lands inside. May I do the honors? That should do it. Now we wait. What is that? Bees about to be abyss. They're everywhere. Help! Someone help! We have to save the spiders. Sounds like our plan is working. Still, it is quite likely not drawn all their away from their post. If you should come to blows with the children, see to it that any signs of the struggle are concealed. Failing that, I'll create a distraction to buy each Tola more time. Should anyone get past me, it falls to you to guard her. The concern is appreciated, but I sincerely doubt it will come to that. Why do I get the feeling you enjoy the idea of my loafing about bored in the shadows? Come now, Thancred. The shadows are a fitting place for a warrior of darkness. Now, if you both are ready. I know what you're talking about, girl. We're talking shit about me now. I'm all about that warrior of darkness right there. I'm all about that warrior stuff. Where you go, girl? Oh, wow. You went way over there. You went way over there. Grani! Oh no. Oh no. Can I get through here? Can I get through here? No, I can't. Oh, we might have to take this thing on. Okay, no, we don't. Okay. All of you, stand aside. The warrior of darkness demands entry. I said still. I said still, sir. I said still, sir. Tank all of that. Good. There you go. Okay, not that one. Look, it was tank actually. But he's gonna try it again. I believe. There you go. Yep. Gotcha. I know he was gonna cast it again at some point. Could have been a little bit better at pacing out Blackest Night. You know what I should be doing? I should really be having something to eat. There you go. Ah, shoot. Yeah, I missed that count. That cooldown. Alright. Shtola! The font I'm seeing suggests this is a chamber of prayer. At the very least, they would not place this near potential distractions from their worship. Perhaps the monument is further in. Hey, are those the people from the cutscene of Shadowbringers, or the original dudes with Arbert? Is that? Hey, that's them. Yes, this is it. I will be but a moment. Keep watch of the entry. On second thought, would you mind examining the murals on these walls while I look over this? At a glance, I can tell they are old, predating the founding of the Blessed and the Children, in fact. Would not like to come here a second time. It would behoove us to learn all we can. Oh, okay. Okay. Examine the mural and take notes of what events they may have depicted. You may move the camera as well as zoom in and out. Target a mural and examine it. The mural appears to be very old. A ruler sits on top of a throne, attended by their subjects. This mural appears to be ancient, A warrior in the middle stands triumphant over what appears to be a creature of shadow. Other figures surround the warrior, rejoicing in their victory. This mute appears to be fairly old. The knight shields himself and with their comrades from an encroaching darkness. The central figure is considerably faded.
These paintings, they seem familiar. Depictions of heroes throughout history. The Age of Gods, the Empire of Ronka, and this. There was a man, a researcher who pored over these pieces. He offered us work when we needed it. Slaying beasts, delivering provisions. A funny old bugger he was. But he had a good heart. He believed this first painting dated back to a time of myth and legends. A tribute to the heroes of a long-forgotten era. The story went that it was rediscovered by an explorer from Ronka, who was so struck by its majesty that a second painting was commissioned, commemorating the heroes of their day. One day you will all be here too, he said. Heroes immortalized forever. Maybe I'll paint you myself? I had a good laugh at that. We were only trying to make our way after all. Being heroes couldn't have been further from our minds. But it seems he actually went and did it. Before or after the flood, I wonder. Rather faded, isn't it, compared to the others? Or did someone try to scrape it off the wall? Well, maybe the man himself once he came to his senses. Do you suppose your deeds will warrant an addition to this collection? Or some other kind of monument?
There you are. I have everything I need. Let us quit this place. Is something the matter? We should go. The others are waiting.
Yeah, that's them. That's them from the intro to the game when they remade it. I believe I now have everything needed to finish deciphering the tablet. Tell me, Amon, did the murals appear to have any significance? Depiction of heroes from the Age of Gods, the Ronka Empire, and immediately before the flood. Very astute observations. Perhaps in another lifetime, you could be a curator of antiquities. Though it has no bear on the task at hand, perhaps that knowledge may prove to be of use in the future. All right. In the next one, guys, we're gonna roll out with these Stola and try to get these tablets deciphered. Amon-Rellik the Godslayer, Amon-Rellik Gaming. We out.